Welcome to Saturday. It's a lovely sunny but cold, crisp morning. Mark has gone. I got up. I couldn't hear any sounds. So when I got up, I checked his bedroom and he has gone to Welsh Wales. So I'm all alone until early evening Sunday or Sunday afternoon. Out the way, Molly. Oh, the dogs. I don't know what I'm going to be working in the kitchen today. So it's 8:15. And I'm going to be starting on my little DIY project. But when I do, I think I'm going to have to banish the dogs from the kitchen because they will get under my feet and cause me extra stress. I've nearly fell over Molly filming this. She does it all the time. She does it when she's at my mum's. She does it to Mark whenever you're in the kitchen. And I blame Mark because he normally gives the dogs tidbits when he's cooking. So when somebody's in the kitchen, the dogs expect to get something to eat. So Molly is, she just wanders around, bless her. She doesn't really know where she is half the time, but she's going to cause an accident. So, fortunately though, I will be in the cloakroom doing things, so hopefully she won't follow me in there. Before I've even made myself a coffee, first thing I did, getting up, obviously, showered, used my shark mask, dressed and moisturised, came down, found a big poo in the kitchen, cleared that up, put the dogs out, and then I've cleared the space. I'll probably take the iron out and stuff actually. Reverse. Where's that going to go? Find somewhere for the iron. I'll have to go down here. So, right. This is the space I've got to work with. Now, I think the toilet is fairly central, but obviously this is the best place to put the access hatch or door. This is my Stud Buddy that arrived yesterday. Actually, I went for the Deluxe Stud Buddy Plus because it's got spirit levels in it and measurements. So basically this has magnets. And you go along, focus. So what you do, you take your Stud Buddy, go over the area of wall until, look, it's stopped. So basically what we know, because it's stuck to the wall, there are nails behind that. So I've deciphered that on this particular part of wall, behind the toilet, we'll have one central stud, or wooden beam, whatever, and then it'll be like a frame, I reckon. There's going to be one that side, one the other side. There'll be a beam here because, yeah, there we go, the Stud Buddy sticks, so there's a nail behind there, so it means it's going to be a framework. I expect there's a bit of wood behind the skirting, and it'll be a square frame with a central, this fucking camera. Just keep in focus, you stupid fucking thing. Now the area, I mean, it is going to be tight. I can't deny it. Right, so I've not got much space here to get a door. And then even when I do, it's going to be tight. But, I've got it on auto. I've got this thing on automatic focus, auto everything, but auto isn't. This is why I have a camcorder, because I tried one of those camera things that does videos as well, and it was all manual doodah, and I just could not be arsed with it. I just want something that you point and shoot, and it stays in focus. I mean, there's nothing. I've got a decent camera, and normally it's okay, but it doesn't like things when you're moving about, like, it doesn't like it. I'm wound up already, and you know what winds me up more than human beings? It's technology. It's things I've paid for that don't work how they should. They break too quickly, and then and it's probably better to start hating on things than people. I accept people are fallible. I accept people are going to let me down. But that's the nature of human beings. They're not all perfect. Even myself, I know it's hard to believe. I'm not perfect. I'm a very flawed individual. But at least I know I'm flawed. And I try and work around my flaws and make the best of it. Anyway, So what I'm going to do, I know really I've got this space. I'm going to initially cut a small hole, enough for me to look through and get a torch through. If it looks how I'm hoping it's going to look, then a larger hole will be made. But I need to first, and then I'll know exactly what sort of size door I can get. But I'm not going to cut the full hole until I've got the door, because I want to make sure the door fits nice. So it's going to be probably a door like that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get these sort of sized doodahs in. These really useful boxes. These are I think they're 19 litre. Oh, well, that's a smaller one. But I think I should be able to get a door. If I can get that size box in there, that would be ideal, because I can just store things in that size box, label them all up, and then I can get to them when I need them from time to time, and they're just tucked away behind a door, and then, you know, that little unit goes in front. Anyway, I'll join you later when I've had something to eat and I've cut my first hole, but I'm going to have to wait. I'll have to wait till 10 to be sure before I start using my device to cut the hole, because, you know, I could just get on with stuff and think, well, it is nearly 9 o'clock, sod the neighbours, but, you know, I'm going to have to wait a bit. So by the time I've had breakfast, it should be a reasonable time for me to start cutting into the plasterboard to make my first hole. When I've made my first hole, we'll have a look, shall we? I can poke my camera through the hole and we can see what's going on. Well, folks, I've made the hole, which took me probably about a minute. It's not the neatest hole, but it's not bad. It's a rough hole anyway. It's an inspection hole. If I need to cover it back up, I can just sort of plug it up and somehow manage to paint over it. But I think, looking at it now, I think I'll be able to fit some sort of access door. I'm looking for, the largest I'd like is a 300 by 600, which will give me the best access to actually squeeze in myself. But yes, this is a marvellous thing. I've had it a while. I've used it only a couple of times. It's one of these oscillating things. You can put sanding bits on it as well. So basically, it's just, I just drew round. I drew round a little glass doodah baking tray, which was oblong, so it would have actually gone. I've missed the line. I've got a bit above, but it doesn't matter. This is just a test. And basically, it just went round, you know, bit noisy, but it's done the job. Right, I'm going to get a light and see what's in there. I've a rough idea what I'm expecting, but it's quite exciting to discover some part of your home that you've never had access to before. I've put a light in there, and I've had a quick peek through the hole, and definitely a lot of usable storage space. It needs a good vacuuming out, and I might put a little rug down there while I'm inside, but obviously I'm going to have to see how big an access door I can get. So I'm going to have to try and look behind to see how far I can go up to regarding the wood doodah, the batten that's there, that side. I'm okay this way. I'm limited by the top of the toilet and the batten, so, you know, I can't go beyond where the toilet is or where the baton starts. But anyway, this is what happens when you move into a new build, and obviously the builders have built the house and they leave rubbish basically, because they think the homeowner will never see them, so it doesn't matter. So this is what's been left in this void space under the stairs in a new build David Wilson home. I was quite surprised. I thought there'd be a few bits, but can we see in there, folks? There's a couple of bottles of Coke and Volvic, is it? A bit of a pipe. I expected to see things like that, and some other bits. There's a box. But looking at it, I can't obviously get much further in than this. I can possibly just about get my head through the hole, so I can try and look at the space behind. Yeah, but so yeah, look at that. That wall is the living room wall where the sofa is. But yeah, there's lots of space. It's quite cold in there. I wouldn't have thought it would be, but I suppose no heat can get into there. I've got my Henry to vacuum out the mess. But yes, I think this little, I don't know why I thought about it, but I think it's going to work quite well. Right, I've made some progress, and as you can see, I've made a bigger door. Here's all the crap that was in there. Some a box, an empty box, a bit of pipe, Coca-Cola Zero, some extruded doodah, and these bits here, plus where's the other bottle? Did I bring it in? Or oh, there might still be another bottle to reach for. Let's have a look. Oh no, I must have. Oh, I have got it. Where have I put it? Oh, there's some other bits. Oh, these. You know, that's a usable thing. Don't they nail that into wood where it's joined? Focus. Where's the other thing? I threw it. There's two bottles, definitely. What have I done with it? Is it still in there? Is it hidden behind? Did I just throw it out? Oh dear, I don't know. Well, I'm sure there was two. There was two bottles. I'm not imagining it, am I? I can't see. Hang on, let me get in. No, I must have taken. Don't know what I've done with it. No, I've got to find it. I can't have just. This is what happens. Things go missing. Oh, it's there. I shoved it in the sink. Oh. Yes, a Volvic. Right. Now, I don't really know what size this is. Obviously, I'm going to have to probably leave it at that. I think I should be able to. I don't know. I might be able to get in there. I've vacuumed out as much as I can reach from here. Hopefully, I'm not going to get too dusty. But I've got through smaller holes than that. I've got a smaller access hatch in my bedroom. I mean, it's nowhere near as tall. It's a square hatch. I think it's a little bit wider. But if I go in this way and suck my stomach in, I might be able to enter my secret storage room. Well, I've tried, folks. I mean, it's certainly tall enough, but I think I need at least 1 inch. Before I cut any more, I'm just going to make sure. I'm just going to measure. Now, I can get. I want ideally minimum a 300 width door. So that's 30 centimeters, 300 mil, or about 12 inches. Oh, I can't really do this while I'm doing. So bulky, this thing. Right. Hang on, folks. This is no good trying to film while doing this. Doing things with one hand is so difficult. Right, hang on. Right, we're only at 24. So I know 25 is about the minimum. And I know you can get 25 or 250 mil width. You can also get 300. Just a bit wary. I mean, 300 might be pushing it. So I can, well, I don't know if I can take much more of that, because there's the beam there, and if the door secures to the plasterboard, I'll need some plasterboard that side, so I'm going to have to leave that for now. It looks a little bit messy now, but obviously it's going to have a door on it with a frame. It's going to cover up all the mess, all the edges, and it's going to be a nice flush hinged door that'll hinge this way. And obviously most doors you can just remove to get bigger access, better access. So I think what I'll do, what is it? Was it? So the bare minimum, right. I mean, it's almost at 25, but you see, if I go too far, it means I'm going to have to try and squeeze a 30 in, because they don't like do a 27 or 26 width. It's probably wider here at the bottom than it is It's not 100% true. It's just under 25. Yeah, I'm just going to have to just draw. There's plenty of room. I mean, I can't obviously go, you know, I don't want to go too near the toilet. I don't think I'm going to get one really tall now. I think I was looking at 600, but 300, well, 250 by whatever that is. What have I done? Hang on, let's see how much I've gone up roughly. Oh, well, as long as I don't cut any more, I can probably fit to 25 by 400 if one such size exists. I know a 300 by 400 exists. Right, I'm just going to have to draw a straight line here and just make a little bit more space. That'll teach me to gain weight. I've managed to get, I'm out of breath, I've managed to get through this. I've cut off an extra centimetre this side. Now looking from this side is helpful. We can see the cold water inlet to the toilet, which comes from somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to have to vacuum properly in here. I'll bring my extension hose. So, well, Henry's not going to fit through. Well, he might if I separate him into two parts. I can't stand up, obviously, in here. Well, let's try. I might be able to just, well, I can't stand up straight in here. You know, every inch of space helps. I mean, this is about what I thought. I roughly worked out the floor space I'd have for measuring from the living room, but obviously I knew that the headspace would reduce. Just got a bit of muck to vacuum out that I couldn't reach from outside. Some bits of rubble. That's all loose. I'll just pick that up and pop it outside. Oh. Right, oh, there's a little spider. So this is what I was expecting to see, really, behind the wall. So we've just got one central beam or stud and two at the side, one at the bottom. Well, it's basically a frame, isn't it? It's not. Is it going to focus up there? I didn't know there'd be this one in the middle. I don't know if it's actually, well, it must be nailed in. So that would be the maximum height really I could go to. But looking at this now, this is where the plasterboard joins. So probably from inside, which would be best. All I think, I don't know if I'll just be able to use the old doodah. I mean, let me just move my light. I don't know whether I'll just be able to cut just two little cuts there and this will come away. But it's been it's been plastered, so it might not come away neatly. But I think it's definitely tall, you know, it's just, I could do with a little bit of extra width. So I'm hoping to get a 300 wide. It's about 25 now. And as I said, I really want to leave, I'm going to have to look at the specifications of the access doors, because you obviously need some space, I think, behind. I'm not sure, unless it just fits from the front. But even the one I'm looking at that's metal, it'll fit from the front, but then it's got these clamp things that you screw up, and they need something to clamp onto. So I can't go right up to this batten here, because there'll be nothing to, you know, for it to fit to. It would be ideal if I could go a bit more that way, make it easier. I do have, you know, obviously there's all this space here, but I've got to take into account the toilet cistern. And also I need to take into account the fact that I need to be able to open the door. Oh, it's getting warm in here. What are you doing, little spider? I know this little spider's probably blind. Maybe not aware of light, I don't know, because it's used to being in the dark. And suddenly somebody's come in and put a great big hole in. I don't know where they get their food from if they're stuck in here. And I was also, that other thing I was wanting to do, yeah, I can't access it unless it's. I thought I'd be able to access the socket to take a spur from, but there's no way I can. I thought I would see the socket here. It's probably where that cross piece is, near there, just above that probably. Hang on, let's see if I can see anything. Oh. Yeah, it's just there. Yeah, it's actually there. See where that wood is in the middle? The socket back box is screwed to that. So it would be, I mean, it could be done. If I took the socket off the wall, I would be able to feed a cable through, so I can grab the cable and bring it along. Certainly enough, I could do that. Actually, if we did have the washer in here, it would be enough to take the spur off that, hopefully, because we don't use that really, apart from for a light and charging up the plugging in our MacBook and stuff. So if they did turn this into a utility, then obviously we've got the drain, we've got the cold water, we just need power. And yes, that's the socket there would be the obvious choice. Once the socket's moved, I would be able to push through the cable and then wire up, you know, from the back and a socket. But not as it stands now. You're not allowed sockets in a room with a toilet. And well, it's fine to have sockets in a room with a sink, obviously, because you have utility rooms with a sink and kitchens. As long as there'll be building regs to say you can't have a socket too near a sink. But the socket, if we did convert this to a laundry, then the socket would be near the washer and not near the sink, which is, you know, right down there. But I'm wondering, I don't know if this, you see, this is possibly providing a bit of support for the middle of the stairs. That's the only thing. So this probably has to stay where it is. You know, if it could be moved back just to here, just a foot further back, it would make it a lot easier for, you know, a bit more space for the washer. So I don't know if we can do that really. It would be nice to turn this into utility room, but the fact that this, you know, might be supporting the stairs, somebody'd have to come and check. It is touching the stairs, so I think that idea, I mean, yes, we could fit a washer there. I mean, it's something I could probably do myself. The only problem is, you know, the cold supply, that's fine. It's just this plastic push fit plumbing. You could easily adapt that so it would, you know, the pipe would go through the wall, and I could put the cold pipe that the washing machine would fit into. But it's a drain, because the toilet drains into the floor, and you'd need to get one of these pipe things, I forgot what they're called. They've got a little U-bend at the bottom, and it goes up, and then you put the drain from the washer into the top of it. So I don't know how because it's going to, when the toilet's removed, it's going to leave a big hole, obviously. So can that hole be bunged up with a specialist? There may be a specialist fitting that designed to fit into the hole, and then you can fit the drain pipe into it. I'm not sure. I mean, ideally, I mean, if this wall could come down completely and they could support the stairs another way, then the washer could face this way. You know, you could have the washer on this wall and even the tumble dryer next to it, and leave the sink in and have a little utility. But anyway, I think we'll when we get the kitchen done or look into it, we'll ask about that, if there's a possibility, even if we can just get the washing machine in here as it stands now, you know, with this wall where it is, get the washing machine, probably have to go, I can't remember which way the door opens now. Anyway, you see, now I've made this hole. I would have had the washing machine this side, but I can't put, you know, anything that goes in here. If the washing machine's there, it's going to be really difficult to get to. So I need access to this space. I think, well, we'll just leave it as it is. The new kitchen, we'll just have to have the washing machine in the kitchen, and, you know. So folks, I'm going to leave you for now. Nature is calling. I'm going to hopefully squeeze back through, and I'll get the Henry in and clear this out as best I can, and then go online and just now see what sort of door I can fit, look at the exact measurements of the door, what size hole they're supposed to fit. I believe you get templates with a lot of them, so I need to look into that, and then I'll get the door ordered. Then when the door's arrived with the template, I'll cut it exactly to the template, and then hopefully just fit the door, and then really that's it. I'm not going to try and put any lighting in here, there's no point. I just use a light like I've got when I need to come in here. But you know, I'll be able to stack quite a few of those really useful boxes if they'll go through the door. Yes, I need to check that as well. You know, I might get, you know, I can probably stack up to there. So I'll probably get 3, possibly 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I might be able to get 10 of those really useful slim boxes just along this wall here, and then a few bits just down at the back, and maybe something here. Obviously I need to leave space so I can access. I need to leave at least probably a metre, probably about square metre by the door so I can get in. But yeah, it's all doable. This is good space. This is what the wall looks like before they put plaster on it, I assume. Oh no. Oh yeah, because this is not a dividing wall. That's the main wall of the house. So right, well, I'm pleased so far. Pleased with what I've done. Now I'm going to squeeze out, and I'll come back later and show you how I've progressed. But I won't be able to show you the door yet fitted, because obviously I haven't ordered it.